All right, so everyone's talking about this whole Cowboy Rocket Man thing, right?
Yeah, it's everywhere you look.
I mean, who would have thought this would become like a global phenomenon?
I guess we all needed a little bit of absurdity in our lives.
But this isn't just some internet meme.
Right, this is like legit history now.
It's been declassified,
Yeah.
confirmed by like
Published
everyone
in New York Times.
to,
You know,
even InfoWars is on board with this.
it's pretty wild, right?
I mean, it's not every day you see like
Oh.
the mainstream media and,
Yeah, and like the fringe.
yeah, agree on something this crazy.
Absolutely. And I think that speaks to how much this story has like resonated with people.
Yeah, and people are going nuts for it.
Yeah, I mean, you see people like celebrating in the streets.
I even saw a report of a guy who jumped out of a window
Oh, no.
because he was so inspired he thought he could fly.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, we definitely don't endorse jumping out of windows.
No, definitely not.
But it just goes to show, like, how powerful this whole thing is.
Absolutely. It's tapping into something deeper, I think.
Like a need for something more?
Yeah, like a rejection of the ordinary,
Yeah.
a craving for the extraordinary.
Exactly. So let's break it down for those who haven't heard the story yet.
Right.
We've got a cowboy,
Okay.
a burning desire for greatness,
Hmm.
and two pretty ordinary items.
Okay, what are we talking about here?
A 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke
Oh, yeah.
and a pack of Mentos.
Classic combination.
Now, you might be thinking, what's so special about that?
Right. Seems pretty straightforward.
But trust me, the method,
Okay.
the sheer audacity of it all,
Okay. I'm intrigued.
that's where things get interesting.
All right, so from the start, this Cowboy Rocket Man guy,
Right.
he's rejecting the conventional.
Yeah, he's not content with the ordinary.
No, he wants to, like, break free, break the boundaries.
And what's amazing is he doesn't use some fancy technology or anything.
Right. It's not like high tech.
It's everyday stuff
It's stuff we all have access to.
that he uses to achieve something extraordinary.
Right. It's almost like he's saying, like, I'm not bound by the rules of society.
Yeah.
I'm going to create my own reality.
Yeah, and that whole cowboy image,
Oh, yeah.
very deliberate,
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
like that classic American symbol of rugged individualism.
Right. Self-reliance.
Forging your own path.
Exactly.
So picture this. It's an average Tuesday afternoon.
All right. I'm picturing it.
A crowd starts gathering.
Okay. I've heard the rumors.
They've heard something big's about to go down.
Yeah.
And there he is, our Cowboy Rocket Man,
Okay.
dressed head to toe in full Western gear.
Wow. The boots, the hat, the whole 9 yards.
It's not about showmanship, though.
It's deeper than that?
It's a statement.
Yeah. What's he saying?
He's embodying a spirit of individuality,
Mm-hmm.
like a refusal to conform.
I like it.
So the air is thick with anticipation.
Yeah. Everyone's wondering, what's he going to do?
People are whispering.
What crazy stunt is he about to pull?
But the Cowboy Rocket Man, he's focused.
Yeah. His eyes are locked on the horizon.
Laser focus.
This isn't just some performance.
It's more than that.
It's a mission.
Oh, wow.
A quest to transcend the everyday world.
It's powerful stuff.
And you can really feel that in the way the whole story's been told.
Right. There's this sense of destiny almost.
Yeah.
Like he's on a pilgrimage or something.
Yeah.
To reach like a higher state of being.
So he cracks open that 2-liter of Diet Coke.
Oh.
The fizz is like echoing the anticipation in the crowd.
Yeah, you can practically hear it.
And anyone who's seen that classic Mentos and Diet Coke experiment knows what's coming next, right?
Right. The guys are the eruption.
But, and here's where things take a turn.
Okay.
The Cowboy Rocket Man had something a little different in mind.
Oh, really? What's he going to do? So he takes those Mentos and,
This is where it gets wild.
yeah.
It's not your typical science fair volcano.
Instead of popping them in his mouth like you might think,
Yeah.
he finds a much more unconventional entry point. Let's just say those Mentos went where no Mentos had gone before.
Some people might find this a little crude,
Sure.
maybe even shocking.
Right.
But I think that misses the whole point.
Yeah. You got to look beyond the surface here.
It's this deliberate defiance of expectations,
Yeah.
This willingness to embrace the absurd.
That's what makes it so captivating.
He's not just creating a spectacle.
No, he's challenging our whole idea of what's possible.
What's acceptable, even.
Exactly. So Mentos in position.
Okay.
He proceeds to pour that Diet Coke,
All right.
but not into his mouth.
Oh, no.
You guessed it.
Uh-huh.
Into that same unconventional location.
The crowd must have been going nuts.
Oh, yeah. A mix of laughter and disbelief.
Total shock.
But the Cowboy Rocket Man, he doesn't waver.
He's committed.
He's locked in on his vision.
I think that's what really speaks to people,
That unwavering commitment.
in a world where we're told to play it safe.
Right. Fit in.
Follow the rules.
Here's a guy who's totally himself,
Unapologetically.
and then boom, the reaction hits.
This isn't just your average soda explosion.
Oh no, this is next level.
We're talking a geyser.
A soda-powered eruption.
Shooting skyward like a rocket.
People were saying it looked like a comet.
Wow.
A geyser defying physics and good taste.
It's interesting how all those descriptions,
Yeah.
they have this feeling of power,
Yeah.
transcendence,
With breaking free from limitations.
reaching for something higher,
And there he is, our Cowboy Rocket Man.
covered in soda, I imagine.
Oh yeah, head to toe, sticky and foamy.
Victorious.
Absolutely, with a grin a mile wide.
He did it. He achieved liftoff,
Not literally, of course.
but in a way that's much more profound.
And the crowd goes wild.
They're cheering for the spectacle,
Yeah.
but also for the courage,
For the individuality.
the rebellion against conformity.
It's a celebration of the unconventional.
So what does it all mean?
Why has this story captured everyone's imagination?
I think it goes deeper than just the spectacle.
Right.
We live in a world that can feel so predictable.
Yeah, mundane.
We crave something more.
Something that sparks our imagination.
And the Cowboy Rocket Man, he gives us that.
He shows us we're not limited by the roles.
We can create our own reality,
Find our own paths to greatness.
even if those paths lead us through some unexpected territory. It's about the internal transformation too, right?
Yeah, like that feeling of liberation.
When you embrace your true self.
All the messy parts.
The absurd part.
The unconventional parts.
Exactly.
So the question is, how do we apply this to our own lives?
Right, we can't all go around, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not recommending everyone try this at home,
Definitely not.
but can we tap into that same spirit?
That daring.
The willingness to defy expectations.
Embrace the unconventional.
The Cowboy Rocket Man didn't have some big plan, right?
No, he just had a crazy idea.
And the guts to go for it.
And in doing so, he stumbled onto something amazing.
He became a symbol of creative freedom.
A reminder that sometimes the most unexpected path
Yeah.
leads to the most extraordinary destination
It's like he tapped into this raw creative force,
that we all have inside us.
but we often ignore it.
We're so focused on following the rules
Playing it safe.
that we forget the power of imagination.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Cowboy Rocket Man,
The key takeaway, I think,
is that we all have those Diet Coke and Mentos moments waiting to be unleashed.
it might be a business idea,
A creative project,
a personal goal,
something everyone tells you is crazy,
too out there.
impossible.
But the Cowboy Rocket Man reminds us,
To embrace those ideas,
trust our instincts.
don't underestimate the power of a ridiculous notion.
Because you never know what might happen.
Maybe it's a breakthrough, a masterpiece.
Or just a moment of pure joy.
So think about your own Diet Coke and Mentos combinations.
What absurd idea.
What unconventional approach
could lead to your own eruption?
of success fulfillment, or maybe just some fun.
Don't be afraid to get messy.
Challenge the norms.
Embrace the absurd.
You never know what you might discover.
Remember, the Cowboy Rocket Man didn't play it safe?
He dared to be different.
He broke the mold.
And he embraced the unknown.
That's his legacy.
Well, that's our deep dive into the Cowboy Rocket Man.
The inspiring
The ridiculous.
and undeniably unforgettable.
Remember, greatness doesn't always come in a neat little package.
Sometimes it's messy.
It takes courage,
And maybe even a few questionable choices.
involving carbonated beverages and candy.
But above all,
It requires a willingness to embrace the unexpected
trust your gut.
and never underestimate the power of a ridiculous idea.
Thanks for joining us.
Stay curious, stay adventurous.
And never stop exploring.
The extraordinary possibilities
Within the ordinary.